This is my kind of pop, guys.
So ELRIS is a 5-member girl group that debuted in 2017 under Hunis Entertainment. The members range ages 15 to 18.
Oh wow, so young.
This song, Pow Pow, is written by Monotree and Megatone, so we've actually heard songs composed by them before. They've done a lot of Luna and Red Velvet songs. So yeah, go ahead.
3, 2, 1, pow pow!
Hajima.
Hello.
Volcano.
Whoa, that was kind of cool, just like the random words.
Yeah.
Like,
And it was like not their voices. I was like, what?
yeah.
This is my kind of pop, guys.
Oh, I like this. The guitar sound.
Whoa. That's a cool contrast.
Yeah.
Oh.
Just sequence.
I like their use of accents to like throw the meter around.
Songwriting is good, but the texture is a little bit overbearing.
The treble's really, really high on this one.
Really high.
Yeah. It's like the bass is like not bass, it's like the middle.
So it's so strange because it goes into this like,
Yeah.
and it's like, and it's like,
Your guitar is very prominent on this.
Yeah. The guitar is the bass.
but I don't like the singing.
Like the timbre?
Yeah, it's too childlike for my personal taste, which is becoming a theme.
Oh, I really like this part. Dun, 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 dun. That scale-wise motion.
Now we're going through a lot of different keys. We just went through like 4.
That crunch.
In all honesty, some of like what they do, it's almost like it reminds me of a theme I hear for like a superhero cartoon or something like that.
Superhero.
Just being real.
I don't think brass will ever become a cliche in K-pop if it's used well. I'm just gonna put that out there. I can't see a day where I'm just like, oh, it's brass again.
It kind of feels like you're underwater in a video game. It's like, oh,
It's probably the Himiola thing again, and they go da 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 da.
I think I would like this song a lot more if the voices were like this more. Less kind of like scream shouted and more. It's not even that the voice is light.
Even
like, I'm
hers
okay-
is like,
I'm not even, I'm like,
it's very nasal, it's very childlike.
yeah.
Gotta love that. 5 of 6. Listen to that rap first. There's like a vocal line over it. I mean, you can't say no, man.
Oh yeah. I like the way that they went from the interlude back into the sort of like pre-chorusy section. It's kind of like a vamp right now.
Okay, so I get it. They're all doing things that explode because love is a volcano.
It is kind of. It also has like a 50s like show tune swing vibe to it too. It's very slight, but it's in there.
The instrumentation that they're using is definitely pretty awesome. Maximalist, as we'd say. Because there's just like so much going on.
What?
Pow. It ends with a pow. It's called Pow Pow.
Wow, that was like, that was an interesting ending. It didn't quite end.
What?
It's like you have a volcano and you go pow, but shouldn't it go like the chord progression has to follow along? Otherwise, it's just like da-da-da-da-da. It's like a question mark. Kind of leaves it.
It does feel like a question mark.
Yeah.
I don't know though. It's so cool when pop music doesn't follow, you know. It doesn't end in tonic, or it doesn't, you know, some pop music like to end in dominant just to be like, hey. But when a song does this, I'm like, that's what pop music is for. And untrained listeners won't even recognize it. Just be like, yeah, that's how it ends.
To sum up your thoughts about this song musically, what'd you think and how do you think the music represented what was going on in the video?
The trumpet section, it adds to the
Playful, fun.
the overall like feel of the piece of like the da-da.
Pow.
Yeah, like pow.
Pow.
Like I feel like you'd see this in like a section of a movie or something. It just sounded like applied chords. It didn't sound like there wasn't any mixture.
But there was a lot of sequence.
Yeah, there was
Little
definitely
sequences.
sequences in there. because it was cool because it was after each section there'd be like a riff, a break of like a sequence into the new key, so you like kind of hop off the sequence train.
The scales down, and then like the next scale down in a different key, and then another one, and then another one.
So here's the spectrum of bass to treble. It was literally like the top quadrant. Like it was really high the whole time.
Yeah, there wasn't really even much of a bass sound in the background.
There was a guitar.
It was probably
at one point,
there.
And then a bass guitar, but
it was probably there, but it wasn't that noticeable.
I think just like the highness of like range, it like went with their voices, and also it really contrasted whenever it was like Siri's voice going like volcano, and it's like, oh, a normal person's voice compared to theirs. Like it made it like really obvious like how up high they are and cute.
All right, so to summarize your thoughts on this song, you like the melodic and harmonic material, but you'd rather they use different textures for the instrumentals and such.
Yeah, and it's nitpicky, you know, I mean, we're really, I feel like, especially in the past few videos we put out, we've really been digging into songwriting techniques and the ways that things can, like the way that After Effects and after mastering and the musical decisions that go into actually composing the song affect the original musical product. And so this has like post-production things that are somewhat problematic, like the way that things are maybe mixed or the way that things are balanced and the specific kinds of synths or instruments that they used that sort of take away from the fact that this is actually a very interesting song, in my opinion. It dared a little bit more than songs that sort of sound like this, just the physical sounding like it.
One thing that I really liked that didn't strike me till the end. So a lot of times with like girl groups, it's like really distinct. So at least for me, like when I hear it, where it's like, oh, it's like one person singing and the next person, this and that. Here, it's like all of their voices blended really, really well to where it didn't. Just because like sometimes if like maybe the timbres of their voice are like really different. For me, at least, it sounds like it's like disconnected for a sec, but here like it flowed really, really well, and that's like one of the first times I've heard that in a K-pop song, at least from like where you have a lot of different people singing different lines. I thought it meshed really, really well.
What does that have to say about idolization? It means they're all interchangeable. They don't have their own personality. Because like in other girl groups, they all have their distinct voices and their distinct personalities, but here they all seem identical.
Well, I mean, like, I think there's a case to be said where you can still make something sound connected while retaining your own individual personalities. Right. Once again, from like when I listen to K-pop songs, or at least songs with, maybe where they focus a little bit more on like everybody having their own distinct personalities and things like that. When it bleeds into the song, if I'm hearing a main melodic line, instead of hearing one big phrase, I'm hearing it's chunky. Yeah. And that could be because I'm so used, I'm so, I grew up with American pop music where it's just one singer singing one song. So, I expect that. Obviously, if I grew up with K-pop music or more music like this, I would think differently. But that's why when I hear something like this, I'm like, wow, it sounded more as a whole, if that makes sense.
That does make sense.
I thought it was interesting.
Yeah, it moved around a lot, which I definitely appreciated from like, your typical pop song. There are a lot of different textures they use, like the rock section, kind of like the smooth R&B part, like the breakdown where they like cleared out the most of the like, I guess, orchestration,
Technical terms.
Yeah, it's like it kind of like dropped out and it was just like, the synth bass, and then it went to the hi-hat to add on. It's like, I forgot what they called it in music history, but it's like a crescendo by adding on thing. It's like
layering.
No, it's named after somebody. I forgot.
Of course, it's named after somebody, but it's called layering.
Fine, it's a layering.
They're layering in people and parts.
Named after Mr. Layering.
No, it's not. Whatever.
Okay, we can move on to the next one. The next one is called Roopretelcham, which basically means abracadabra. It's like every wish will come true. So this is actually the B-side track that they promoted on music shows along with Pow Pow. So it didn't come out with a music video, but it came out on the album, and they ended up making this performance video. And they're gonna be actually wearing traditional Korean outfits called hanboks. And fun fact, the hanboks they're wearing are actually made for males, so fans are like, what?
That's cool.
Yeah.
3, 4, 7,
8, 11,
skitty boop bop, skiddly.
1.
Someone's at the door.
Who is it?
Hello?
Oh.
Hanboks.
I don't think you can do that.
sounds like a
I
wind
love a good-
orchestra piece.
I love a good Hollywood string section.
The wind chimes.
Yeah, there you go. Which is nice because maybe if it's supposed to sound, or the title kind of translate to abracadabra, you know, maybe that's why they would go for something like that.
True.
The strings.
Oh, and they did it in inversion. Da-da-dun, da-da-dun.
I mean, the drum is fake, but it's cool sounding. Like, it's got a cool beat.
The MIDI synth though. Oh god, it's all MIDI synth.
This is 100% generated using like Pro Tools and Logic's pre-uploaded MIDIs.
Sounds like All I Want for Christmas Is You again.
I knew you were gonna say that. It's just that one interval that.
They always use it. This is the second time.
Just their voices, to me, kind of, it seems like the same timbre as a lot of other, like, K-pop groups that we've listened to.
The key is everywhere.
Yeah. It's like if you like made a key sandwich out of, I don't know.
The harmonics are still pretty interesting, though.
I feel like it still suffers though from what the first song did, which is too many inorganic elements that make something that's harmonically interesting suffer.
Yeah, I feel like there's too much going on in general right now.
There are like textural things. Bass is very busy.
Again, as I was saying, there's so much motion going on that like, it's hard to remember. Like Pow Pow is so, it mixes the modulations with predictable stuff. This feels more, and I think it's good. Like that.
They're just in the chorus, they just do a lot of things that harmonically make no sense at all.
Oh, wow. I almost heard like All I Want for Christmas Is You. It was going there, and then they went.
Yep.
Ooh. They modulated.
Oh, they did.
That really using that rhythmic motif, like da da da, da da da.
Yeah. It's kind of funny because they had something like that in their previous song too.
Oh really?
Oh yeah.
And then they go left turn instead of the left turn.
They're like, no.
A little syncopation, you know, never hurt nobody. The chromatic notes are really nice. They're like,
Okay, another one.
Yep. On that F sharp, and then the A flat comes here. Yep.
Nice.
Yep.
Chromaticism. Half step down.
But still tonicizing, tonic.
Aww.
Huh, what do you know?
They're really cute.
I like her hair. It's like orange.
That
but,
resolution though. We were sitting on the largest, what is it? What? Cadential 6/4 cadence ever.
It's like, it's cool because it's, you know, not, like I said earlier, it's like their sound kind of affects the way they like are perceived, like visually. Because I feel like if it was less complex, if it went everywhere we thought it was going to go, then like, you know, we get bored like, you know, a minute.
Because they would be boring if it didn't have like all of the, as you say, left turns.
Yeah, because I mean, think about it. Like, I mean, as far as the music video goes, like, you know, they weren't really doing much. I mean, it was just
No.
kind of like, "Hi, we're cute."
It's a
And dancing, and
music.
whip,
Oh.
yeah. But like, there's just all these little like things that they add in that are unexpected and like leading you to another place, even though they set out exactly the same way before. Like, it's nice.
Nice cheerful song. I'm just like, I can't help but compare it to like other songs I've heard on the station, and like compared to that, it just wasn't as captivating as those ones, to be honest. But like, you know, maybe it requires more listening to get a deeper understanding, but yeah.
I liked how at the beginning for some of the verses it would go from like double time to, and switch like in the next bar to like regular time and then etc. That was kind of like a nice cool effect.
Nice.
Hey, I've got to admit, they get the timing pretty on point.
Yeah,
for
they
their
know
tunes.
when to stop, I feel like.
Yeah, that's nice.
It's interesting that other reactors on the channel have been saying that there's too many parts. It does feel like there are a lot of moving parts, but I have a feeling that they could be more cohesive if the texture was a little bit more organic.
Yeah, man.
All right.
I definitely like Pow Pow more because there's something really catchy about it, and this one just seems like you listen to it, you're like, wow, it was really good, and then you don't remember it.
There's too many motives, I think. It's like there's like really good ones that like each one of them are so unique, but then it's just once you have too many, it's just like what?
Yeah, so this one is a little bit more musically complex though, but not as catchy.
Yeah, Pow Pow has more personality. There you go.
Right, and so compared to Pow Pow, so this is a B-side song, that was a title track song. Whoa.
Pow Pow.
How do they different, and like, can you see why maybe Pow Pow is a title track and this is a B-side?
Well, Pow Pow was a lot more like pow pow. It was really, but it was a lot more like in your face, but in a good way. It was very sparkly and shiny and like
it had current, like up to date sounds in the background.
Yeah, and the other one was like fine, but it's like it just wasn't really anything that interesting, I thought. I mean, like, yeah, they did some cool stuff like with like weird harmonies in the chorus and the different feels with the tempo, but the other one, like, it had a rap verse and it had a lot more like pizzazz.
It'd be interesting to listen to Pow Pow again after this, because I'm also wondering, like, do you know, is Pow Pow faster than this song, than what we just listened to?
Faster tempo?
Yeah. Because if it's like faster, if there's more going on in the video, and if there's more going on like musically, I wonder if that's just kind of would make me more biased to like, oh, like kind of automatically being more drawn into that song.
Hello everyone, welcome to our channel if you're new. I'm the channel runner and producer of this series. Thanks for watching this video. If you enjoyed it, don't forget to subscribe. Also, if you're curious to see what else we're going to react to in the future, go ahead and check the description for a bunch of links that I have to playlists and schedules. Also, please check our Patreon if you want to support us. Patrons get access to unedited, full-length reaction videos, access to exclusive content, as well as early access to all the videos posted on here, and more. So thank you so much, and I hope you have a wonderful day.